We know the oil gland, the sebaceous gland, is a key player in the causes of acne. But what if there is a device that could directly target that? In this video, I want to talk about these 1726 nanometer lasers that target the sebaceous gland, the oil gland in our skin, to treat acne, and seem like they might be able to create a lasting clearance of acne for some patients. For those who are new to the channel, I'm Dr. John Barbieri. I'm a board-certified dermatologist and acne expert. So how do these 1726 nanometer lasers work? When we think about using energy-based devices in our skin, the goal is to achieve something called selective thermolysis. We want to try to target some structure in the skin, selectively heat that to get rid of it without hurting the other good structures that we want to leave alone in our skin. We don't want to hurt our skin cells or epidermis, our hair follicles, other things in the skin. So what we look for are wavelengths of light that get preferentially absorbed by our target of interest and not absorbed by the other things in the skin. And it so happens to be that 1726 nanometer wavelength of light, that gets absorbed very well by sebum, by the oil in that sebaceous gland, and not so much by other things in the skin. And so by developing a device that can emit a wavelength that targets that oil, that heats up that oil, we can destroy the sebaceous gland that's causing that problem in acne without damaging other structures in the skin. There have been a few studies that have looked at, does this laser actually effectively target the sebaceous gland? And what they do is they have the laser, they fire it on someone's skin, they take a biopsy, a skin sample of where the laser's gone, and then they look under the microscope to see what's happened. And what they're able to show is that it does seem like these lasers are able to selectively target that oil gland to destroy the oil gland without hurting the surrounding skin. So this theoretical idea of using the 1726 nanometer of light to selectively target the oil gland does seem to work. Now, how do we know that damaging the sebaceous gland might be an effective way to treat acne? Well, one of our most effective treatments for acne, isotretinoin, also known as Accutane, does exactly that. It causes apoptosis, it causes destruction and loss of the oil glands in the skin. And by reducing oil in our skin, that's less stuff to clog up our pores, that's less food for acne bacteria, and that's why isotretinoin Accutane is able to give many patients a lasting clearance, a lasting remission of their acne. And so one might think that a laser that's able to target the sebaceous gland could have a similarly helpful effect. There are currently two 1726 nanometer lasers that are on the market for acne. One of them is called AviClear and the other one is called Accure. They both use the same wavelength of light. They both work by trying to target that sebaceous gland in the skin. They have some other differences to them though. The AviClear device, it uses contact cooling. It has a cooling plate to help protect the surface of the skin from getting heated by the laser and to reduce that off-target damage that we want to avoid. And it can be done really without any specific topical or injectable numbing medicines. The Accure device is potentially a little bit more powerful in terms of the energy it can deliver to the skin, which might have some helpful features, but that also leads to it being potentially more uncomfortable when it comes to treatment. And it is recommended when using this device to use injectable or topical numbing agents, numbing medicines, depending on the settings that are used. So both of these devices kind of use similar principles. They both take about 30 or so minutes to do a treatment session, and in general it takes multiple treatment sessions for them to be effective. Let's start by talking about some of the clinical data for AviClear, because that's where we have a lot of trials that have been published. So now there was an 104 patient clinical trial for AviClear that came out recently. This enrolled people who are 16 to 40 years old with a range of different skin tones who all had at least moderate to severe acne. In this trial, everyone received 3 sessions of the AviClear laser spaced 1 month apart. And the primary outcome they were looking at was reduction in pimple counts, so inflammatory acne. And what they found was that at 4 weeks after the final treatment session, 30% of those who were in the study had at least a 50% reduction in that inflammatory acne. This then increased to 80% at 12 weeks and about 90% by 26 weeks of treatment. In addition, after 12 weeks after the final treatment session, about 35% of people now had clear, almost clear skin. At the beginning, nobody did, and that rose to about 40% at 26 weeks. In terms of side effects, the main side effects that occurred were redness and swelling and sometimes some transient temporary flaring of acne. That redness and swelling typically got better within a few days of the treatment session. That flaring of acne sometimes could go on a little bit longer but typically resolve with time. Now, what's interesting about these results is that they're really looking in some ways at long-term clearance. That final study endpoint was 26 weeks, about half a year after the last treatment with AviClear, and we saw that treatment rates were continuing to improve here, and about 40% of people had clear skin. So that's really interesting because most of our acne treatments are topical acne treatments, our pill, tablet acne treatments. They help while you're on them, they kind of prevent acne, but once someone stops, that acne tends to come back. And similar to what we see with Accutane, and this might make sense since the mechanisms are somewhat overlapping, with the AviClear laser, it did seem to give some degree of long-term clearance for these patients. It's definitely not the same kinds of numbers that we see with isotretinoin with Accutane, where it's pretty much 100% of people kind of having clearance at that point, and then about a fifth of people having some acne that comes back over time. But still, these are pretty impressive rates of durable treatment responses. Now, a caveat here is this is a single-arm study. There's no control group. And so we don't know what percentage of people's acne would have gotten better just on their own, because acne can get better with time. And so that is a limitation of the study. But given that the time frame is about 6 months, most people's acne doesn't go from being moderate to severe to clear in that time frame. It does seem like this device is helpful. And so this is very interesting to have these data. We have now a non-pharmacologic treatment option. It's not a pill, it's not a cream, so we don't have to potentially worry about those side effects of systemic medications. It seems like it can be helpful for people with acne and maybe even give some durable remission, like what we can see with a medicine like isotretinoin, which is a great acne treatment but has some really serious limitations in terms of side effects. Here, because we're just targeting the skin directly with a laser, a lot of those side effects are limited. The side effects we have are local. They're redness and swelling from the laser. They're temporary flaring of acne. So these data are really exciting. We certainly need more studies. We certainly need more long-term safety data and bigger groups of patients to make sure that there aren't some more rare side effects that we don't see in these smaller studies. But this is really exciting to have a device like this that seems like it can give a durable improvement in acne for our patients, and that can help us avoid some of those side effects or challenges that we encounter with our creams and gels and tablet pill medications for acne. Now, a fundamental challenge that always happens with device-based treatments is cost. Typically, a 3-session treatment course with AviClear seems to be at several $1,000s at most practices. And so that's going to mean this treatment may not be accessible to many individuals with acne. And this is a challenge with just the way our insurance reimbursement works right now. Pill medication gets covered by insurance, but a procedure treatment for addressing acne doesn't. And so that is a fundamental limitation of a device like this, but I think it still is a helpful tool that we have in our ability to treat acne. Now, the other device I mentioned, Accure, has fewer clinical trial data that are publicly available, and some of the data we do have, it seems to have somewhat similar results to AviClear. I would wonder if in a head-to-head study with enough sample size, if the Accure device might potentially be able to have some greater effectiveness, because it does seem to have some higher energies to it. But that's something that's a theoretical argument. We don't have a lot of comparative data, so we simply just don't know right now. But it looks like both of these devices can be helpful treatments for acne. And so it's exciting to have these new options available. I look forward to seeing more data about them, because I do think they're going to be valuable tools in our overall treatment armamentarium for acne. They certainly don't replace the current topical and systemic treatments we have. They certainly aren't a cure for all acne, but I do think there's something useful that we now have access to, and they're, from a conceptual standpoint, a really nice way to treat acne. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, please pop that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate all of your support. It's what makes these videos possible. Ask me your questions about acne and rosacea in the comments below, and let me know about your thoughts about these new 1726 nanometer lasers from acne. Until next time, see ya.